We are live on the stream!
Live on the stream!
An hour later than previously scheduled.
Yay!
Because unfortunately the Dungeon Master has no sense of time.
Yeah.
Honestly, 9 o'clock might be the new time.
9 o'clock.
Now,
yeah.
Now lockdown's over.
Where is my fan? I need my fan.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is the new 8 o'clock.
I'm doing a be right back immediately because I need to plug my fan.
Good job.
I thought I'd already done it.
Good job, Taubes. Well done, everyone.
We are so proud.
Your players salute you.
I come here every week taking notes on how to be a professional streamer. This is like a school for me.
Yeah, that fan sounds awful, Taubes.
Oh, a fire.
I won't cause a fire.
Hello, we're all back now.
It just makes a noise.
If you get accidentally stabbed in the back.
Yeah, if you just see me all of a sudden go, hey!
Please be there and call an ambulance.
Yeah. She's still hiccuping. She will join the call as soon as the hiccups have finished.
Oh, bless.
Bah! Didn't work.
Worth a try.
It didn't work. Well, how is everybody? How are we all?
All right.
Good. Pajamas.
D&D pajama stream.
I've been parted with my mullet.
You have departed with your mullet.
Oh, that mullet is no more.
I was like, where's Mura and who is this sexy man that he's replaced him with?
Yes.
Oh dear. But happy no more lockdown, people.
Yay!
I mean, nothing has changed.
Yeah, I was going to say, congratulations on nothing changing. Yeah, and he's just said he's also not very happy for the retail workers. Have you stopped hiccuping yet?
What?
Have you stopped hiccuping yet? She doesn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you know?
Yeah, how would you know? Like, maybe you're just having like a week-long break between hiccups.
Maybe
we're always hiccuping.
We're always still hiccuping.
We're always hiccuping. We just take breaks.
See, you come to these streams and they're also educational.
Always.
Always.
Try and
Always.
You're familiar with the hiccup at Theseus?
The hiccup.
Anyway.
Oh dear.
So.
Yes.
Oh,
GG.
Are you familiar with the metaphysical discussion? No, metaphorical discussion of the hiccup of Theseus.
No.
Oh dear.
It is like Trigger's broom.
Identity metaphysics.
Mura's not seen One Division. We're going to have to explain Ship of Theseus to him.
I know about the Theseus.
No. Just let you.
Funnily enough, it exists outside of Marvel.
So you know about the Ship of Theseus, the whole if everything's been replaced, is it still the Ship of Theseus? Okay.
But you said
I learned about it from One Division.
So did I.
One Division was highly educational.
Yes, it was.
I learned
Agreed.
what I learned from One Division is your neighbours are always evil.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, I knew that before One Division, but
that's another thing to add to the list of shows I need to watch.
One Division.
Princess
I think
Bride
you're all.
is a crime, apparently.
You've never seen Liar. You must have seen Princess Bride.
I don't remember.
And he's going to be upset with you, I think. Mura's never
You've
seen Princess
seen it.
You've
You've seen it, but you were too young to remember it.
But that's
I've seen it like 6 times, so you
This
must
was
have watched it.
this was like when I said at church one time that I hadn't seen Indiana Jones, and
Get
it was
out.
like, I've seen them all now, you weirdo.
There was when I was
Oh yeah,
young,
I'm the weirdo. Mrs. I've never seen Indiana Jones.
I have seen them now.
we were in that room. Our dad brought up Highlander randomly in a conversation. I went, "I've never seen that."
Love Highlander.
You've
I haven't
not
seen Highlander.
Highlander.
I have failed as a father.
That very day, he literally said, "Get the DVD," and we watched it.
It was a good film.
There
Very
can
good.
only be one.
One.
The thing is, though,
That's where that's from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, you're not gonna have seen Highlander. It's from 1986. So
Yeah, but it-
I've seen Highlander.
I've seen Highlander.
yeah.
wasn't in
But
my
we-
wheelhouse. I was too busy watching
Yeah.
Clueless.
Yeah.
All sorts of wrong.
I
Right
will
then,
put it. I will add it to the list.
add
how's
it to
that?
the list.
It's
Oh
alright.
dear.
Right, should we
Right.
check the? Should we
The
check
first one is the better one.
Yes, we can. We can hear Taubes on the stream this week.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay for hearing me on the stream.
Good job.
Ooh,
Good job.
it's almost like I do this regularly as a hobby. Right then, so D&D people.
D&D nerds.
Right then, nerds. Joking. I got pizza by the way.
Jelly.
So,
Good jelly.
No, I am jelly.
from where we last left off, you had got attacked by a random Warforged turncoat and managed to survive barely. You decided to do some research in the library and got accosted by some cultist individuals and shark-type
Keep getting
monsters.
attacked.
While this was happening, Mura was sneaking round the house of the individual who nearly killed him
Nearly getting attacked.
and escaped with 7 seconds to spare. 7
There were
seconds.
7 seconds to go.
Dudun, dudun, dudun.
Like
He has
that.
yet to return
That
to
that
resting
that was
place.
close. Upon meeting up, Noella as a direwolf continued. Excuse me, you're not allowed pizza. Come here.
You
My
said
own
direwolf?
My own direwolf is here barking. Come here. Upon. Excuse me.
The kids are playing up again.
You just hear
It's
this.
gonna be one of those games.
You just see me do this. Upon finding sanctuary in a tavern run by an insane barman known as Vith, you
Nutty.
Bith the Nutty, you go into the back room where Vith takes it upon himself to mildly torture the gentleman.
He did very much take it upon himself, yes.
To mildly torture the gentleman. Not for you. While normal methods didn't seem to be doing the trick, an arcane approach was decided to be taken. In the morning, when the resident mind-reading tiefling had restored that ability. And until then, resident monk decided... You want pizza? You can't have pizza. Our resident monk decided to take it upon himself to fight in the underground fighting pit in the tavern. To which she pummeled the Goliath opponent and won victory that night.
Yes,
Now-
he did.
Now, as they sit back down to relax after an evening of frolicking and fighting in the tavern, we are all reconvened in the back room. Sentinel, his 3 eyes, never blinking, never wavering, staring deep into the man's soul itself.
Just sat in a chair opposite
Watching.
him, staring at him.
Umbraa,
The whole time you were having fun in the other room.
Umbraa, Julyan, Mura, Noella, you all walk back into the room. What would you like to do?
It occurs to me, out of game, that we haven't discussed at all what we're going to do.
Right,
So-
let's take the opportunity then.
Wing it. Okay.
So, I'll leave Rico on the chair that I was sat on, just sat on the back, just looking at him, and I'll say, "Let me know if he moves," and then I'll walk across the room to the rest of the party.
Rico sort of hops off your shoulder and then turns to face.
Julian's kind of like stood on a chair so they're eye level with Umbraa and it's kind of like, wow, you were amazing. You were like, da, 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 and then they were like, da, da, and then you were like, da, 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 da.
Yes, I was rather good, wasn't I?
That's pretty much how monks go. Punch, punch,
Literally,
punch, 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 punch.
literally that, yes.
This is your cut, and I hand Julyan 10 gold pieces.
Oh,
For all that help, all the pointers.
Yeah. Your tips were very useful. Thank you.
You're going to have one of these nights, aren't you?
you mean you didn't bring the squeaker?
Come here. Come here.
The squeaker died a long time
Come
ago.
Oh no.
Yeah, he destroyed the squeaker.
Yeah, the squeaker died. He found the source of my power.
I think we should maybe discuss what is going to happen. I don't think previously used methods are the way forward with this one.
As you're talking, you can sort of hear the guy going, "Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside."
He's gagged.
He is gagged.
Can't Redemption just do that mind reading thing? I mean, it'd be nice for it to not get us into a pickle.
I think that'll be the plan for the morning, for sure. We need to make the most of that spell. I think Noella and Demp and me should ask him some pointed questions in the morning. Noella's got a pretty good read on people, and we've got Demp's secret weapon. And like you say, it'd be nice that the weapon was pointed away from us for once.
Okay, so what do me and Umbraa do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Maybe
Do you
we
want
should.
to? Have you got questions you want to ask him?
I think if there's too many of us in here, it may do more harm than good. Julyan, maybe we can use some of your connections to see if anybody is trying to look for those skulls. See if we can get a...
Kind of looks left and right and then goes, yeah, all right. A little too excitedly, as if she's just realised something.
So
But that is the morning. Has anyone got a question that they think would be pertinent to ask? It lasts a minute, the spell, I believe.
I think we maybe want to try and see how many locations they are aware of and where they plan to target next.
Yeah,
Is potentially a good way forward.
Will we
That's a good one.
know if he's lying? I mean, he could give us any location at all. What if he lies?
if we ask him a question, he can lie. But
You know.
Noella's a fairly good judge of whether someone's lying.
Put it close to your mouth. No talk.
Muted.
He's unmuted to walk away. Noella's a fairly good judge of whether someone's lying, but the detect thought spell will just... His thoughts will just be the ones in the top of his mind when we ask him a question.
If you
And then we need to pick like a question that we want to know for sure a lot on, and that's your going in all the way down.
Well, the location of the skull.
Dobby.
Do they have any?
Well, we know they've got one,
we know they have at least one.
and then we've got a list of there was the one in Willowbane, there's one in Ozawash, one in the Spires, one in Arcus, possibly one in the Point, one in the Hall of Gods that they've already got, and the one in Windseer, and that's the 7.
I've got. Oh yeah, the one in the spires. So I have got that one. I've got it as the king's room in the
A
spires.
question you can ask is if they do have locations of skulls, is their force big enough to go for all 7 at once, or can they only go for 1 or 2 at a time? Because that gives us an idea of numbers. If this got lots of resources
So
around, they might be able to do multiple attacks.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're so small, they can only do 1 attack at a time.
I mean, it would be quite unsporting from a DM perspective to say,
Just crossing out
No,
those
no.
notes now.
you know, those things that you're after.
You've got to be 7 places at once.
Yeah, you 5 need to be all 6 different places. But like, why did they attack us? Which I assume is to get the skull, but it'd be nice to know for sure.
I can see Annie's name lighting up, but I can't hear her. Can everyone
I
else
haven't
hear
said
her?
anything.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
there you go.
that's weird.
It'll be
That's
picking
why I
up
couldn't
any.
hear them.
It'll just be
picking up
like
any
breathing.
sound. Yeah, if it's breathing or the dog making a noise
Oh,
or
it
the
might
cat walking across the table.
Yeah.
Or...
No, it was not. I was just panicking. I was thinking, oh no, is Annie like trying to say something? Like,
No, I haven't said anything.
Okay,
Why
that's
is
all right
no
then.
one listening to me?
Yeah, I thought Annie's gonna be sitting there thinking, like, how rude are these talking over the top
Just
of me?
talking straight.
No,
Okay,
it's all right.
you
I'm
just-
just glad we're not talking over you. That's okay.
A favourite I find sometimes is that it lights up because it's hearing the output of your speakers or microphone.
Sometimes.
Yeah, just do that sometimes. Sorry. Anyway, back in.
Why did they attack us? But it's going to be to get the skull you've got. But it'd be nice to know that for sure. Who ordered the attack? How many cultists are there? Where the next target is that they're trying to get a skull from. And then I'll get out the teleportation circle that I drew down. Hello! And I'll say,
Hello,
like,
Lars. How you doing?
and I want to see his reaction to this. And I'll...
That makes sense.
That's the circle that... what was his name?
Sentinel.
Shadow.
Shadowman.
Shadowman. Sham.
Shad.
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 Escaped
Shadow Impaler.
with... Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think we should, 2 of us stay up and watch, and we'll take it in shifts through the night.
Yeah. Oh, that
We need to watch.
Have I shown? I can't remember. Did I show you the stuff I grabbed from Shad's house?
Very briefly, but
Yeah.
I would not get out anything that you took from there in front of. Not kind of
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't have mentioned it in front of-
gesture over towards.
Yeah, he would have meant. in front-
Well, we can move to the side and have a quick look through.
Yeah, I'll make them wouldn't mention it around. Tied up, dude.
Don't mention it again in front of you know who.
Yeah.
But
Voldemort's here.
Oh no!
in the
Go for it,
morning, I'll be better positioned to work out what things are, if they're magic as well.
Okay.
And,
who
like-
wants-
the things that we've got off him and scrolls that we've picked up off other people, we can have a proper go through it all.
Who wants to take first watch?
I can take first watch. I'm pretty rested, so.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so Noella and Sen. Then
Yep.
who's taking second watch?
I'll take it.
Okay. And I will take last watch.
cool.
Right, okay. So, you all sort of camp down in the little camping beds that Vith has bought you for the night, and
I just sit back in my chair, staring at him.
You sit back in the chair. Noella, you sit there, and you begin your first watch. To start with, he seems just looking between the pair of you. Just you're looking around the room, and then he tries to readjust his position, and he seems oddly calm about everything. Is there anything you two would like to talk about?
I
Do
don't know.
you feel like we're safe in here, or whether we need to have a watch outside as well as someone watching him?
Could have a bit of a. Someone could have a bit of a walk around, I suppose. But they sort of just appear when they arrive.
I mean, currently there is still a lot of people out the front watching the rest of the evening's fighting. So there are patrons in the back room. So,
I'll just every now and again I'll just have a proper good scan around the room,
okey-dokey.
or one of us can,
Well, both
or
of
I
you,
can aid you.
both of you roll. Actually, what's all your passive perceptions? Yours is 16.
Mine is 50.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, you guys wait. A few hours pass. And he just sits there, sort of looking a little bit cocky. And
Does he look like he's expecting something to happen?
roll an insight check.
Roll
Roll
What?
an insight check.
this some
You-
manner of game.
Use your math rock.
It's your math wrong.
Throw your math rock
Was
to it
it?
now.
Insight, did you
Insight,
say?
please.
19.
Looking at him, he seems, you don't know why, but he still seems quietly confident, like annoyingly so.
Just have to keep an eye on him.
Well, your watch,
I've still got all of his stuff
you do,
in my bag, by the way.
you do. So who's taking the next watch?
Me and Damp.
Okie dokie. So Noella,
Someone want my chair? Or shall I just stay in this chair?
Noella, you go off to have your trance.
Julian's gonna walk in, see Sentinel on the chair, shrug, and just sit cross-legged on the floor.
Okie dokie.
Okay. I'll power down, sat in the chair, still just staring at him still.
Hmm.
Yeah, kneel down, cross-legged.
So as you
And there's
sit-
probably other chairs,
Mm.
if you want to find a chair.
Grab one of the other chairs and do the whole.
I like the idea that like Sentinel's powered down in the only chair, and Dent was like, ah.
Sit on his lap.
And then you just say like, there's other chairs.
Yeah.
Grab a chair and do the whole chair all the way round thing.
Nice. Nice.
No.
Oh, so cool. Look at him. Chair erecting.
Whole tail twitching behind him.
Mm. So as you sit down and you stare at him, you see him sort of look over both your faces and nods, and again sits there with a toxic smugness to him.
Any smugness.
How long were me and Sen on watch for?
Probably. Well, you only need a sheep machine D&D. You only need a 4-hour trance, don't you? So, Sentinel,
It's
how
usually
long do you
like 2
need? 6
hours, isn't it?
hours.
6, yeah.
So, yeah, we'll say you did like 2-3 hours.
So is the wrestling or whatever it is that all cleared out now? Is it
That's
empty?
yeah, that's started to empty now.
So I would have probably gone for a walk outside before I started trancing.
Okay.
See if I can see anyone hanging around or...
Okay, well, while you guys are watching
Lamp.
him, we'll have Noella roll a perception check. Eccentric with the D and D. That sounds like a...
How formal.
I was going to say, it sounds like a German lord. Ah, it's D and D.
Identify.
Thank goodness for my +7 because that's a 10.
Ooh.
Oh,
So 17. Oh, no. 10 total. Ooh. Okay.
What?
I know, yeah, our elf's broke.
Hang on.
Dem
Don't you
dungeons,
get-
dem
Don't you
dragons.
get advantage on perception or something?
Not perception. I get it on investigation
Oh, yeah.
and insight.
So you walk around and at this
He
point...
walks into a building.
Yeah.
I'm
don't point
tired.
at them.
You're tired.
Hi, Sleepy.
So you walk out and you see Vith sort of sweeping the floor and like he's like, ah, how are you, my lady?
I'm tired.
For sure, it's been a rough night for you all. Why don't you go on there and get yourself some sleep?
Yeah, nothing to see out here. Is there?
Roll another perception check for me.
Wasn't he Scottish?
I was going to say, is she going to perceive...
What have I done? What have I done? What accent was I doing?
Irish?
Was I doing Irish then?
Irish.
Well-
God, Irish.
He's just genuinely Celtic. He's genuinely Gaelic.
He's tired too. He's tired.
Generally garlic.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Well, I mean,
18.
you could have said that she was talking to someone else.
No, I said it was Vic.
Not just that he's got some kind of transient accent.
Right, turns out, right, it's canon. It's canon.
Generally Gaelic.
It's canon. He suffers with multiple personality syndrome, and this is Vith O'Grady.
This is Irish.
Does he
Yeah.
just have like? Is he just? But you could just say he's bi-dialectal like John Barrowman.
Yeah. What Jan said.
Those words.
Yeah,
Those
it's John
words.
Barrowman.
Yeah. It's John Barrowman. Canon in the movie of this D&D game. Vith is played by John Barrowman.
If you ever watched like an interview with John Barrowman, because he's Scottish,
Yeah.
but he spent so long in America that his accent has gone American, but it will occasionally go back to Scottish and then back to American.
Madness.
So he just has two accents.
Brilliant. I love that man.
He is pretty awesome.
Apart from on Dancing on Ice, he shouldn't be. He's not there. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway,
We're not going there.
you rolled an 18 for
Gotta have
that.
this discussion again.
You can see him sweeping up, and in the sort of stuff that he's sweeping, there's like betting slips, there's like bits of rubbish and stuff. You also notice a couple of teeth in there, and a finger.
A finger?
Yeah, it's been a rough night in the fighting pit.
Lovely.
So, oddly disgusted with what you've just seen, you sort of nice and good night, Nate. He just says good night. All right, in no particular accent, he says good night.
He's now
Tell
oddly French.
Nice lassie.
Oh,
Did you think
yeah,
lassie?
good.
Who did you think lassie?
Yeah.
Little
Lassie.
click.
All right, lassie. Good night, lassie. There we go.
There you go.
Nothing murder.
Okay, then you. Right then. Good
Dinner
night.
mash.
Good night, lassie. It's gonna have some iron brew. Right. Okay. You go to sleep.
I mean, that was racist.
It wasn't racist. It was just mildly. It was just mildly offensive.
And here we have another example of the institutionalized racism.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, Julyan and Redemption.
Yes.
You are sat. You are taking point, taking guard. What would you like to do? Talk about? As he's just sat in the chair, just.
I might do an insight.
Is he not going to sleep?
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to have any health left in the morning.
Yeah.
Because we left him with, like, that much.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
Gonna,
chronically exhausted.
I'm gonna help Redemption with his insight check.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see if I can read anything in him.
With any luck, he'll take a point of exhaustion, and all his checks will be at disadvantage. When he's got to try and defend against getting mind read.
Yeah, is there anything he's like, so I get an idea of whether he's, as Sentinel said, waiting for anything?
Okay, roll an insight check.
With advantage. Because I'm helpful.
I'm helping.
I am. I'm useful. This is how I contribute. This is the only contribution. I read the computer, Frank.
First was a 25, second one was a natural 20.
Wow,
No,
natural 20. Ba 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 ba.
What's the total for the 20? Nice.
You big, dirty man.
You know everything about his plans for the next 48 hours.
So,
You accidentally read his mind.
You look at him, and he seems oddly cocky for someone that's shackled up with a very severe leg wound, that's got a massive gash down the side of his face. But you sort of stop and you really look into him, and you've noticed his eyes have started going a bit, like, dashing from side to side. Like, he's no longer, like, sitting there looking cocky. He's looking, like, all around the room for, like, a way out or something. Like, he's starting to look a little bit nervous now.
Wondering where his teleportation scroll is. That's in my bag.
What are you looking for? Julian's going to say.
And you see him gagged, just look at you, and he just goes, "Arr."
Okay. 1 grunt for yes, 2 grunts for no. Are you expecting to be rescued?
Ha 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 ha.
I think that was 7 grunts.
7 or 8.
You look at his chained hand that's on there, and he's turned his hand round, and he's just done this.
That's 1 finger for yes.
He's flipping you the bird.
Double birds.
And he just goes.
2 birds.
He just
for
goes.
no.
He just goes.
The
Realizes he
child
can't
is
do that.
exchanged between
Yeah.
the rogue and the cult member.
Yeah. Oh dear. And he just
Umbraa wakes up and they're just doing this at each other.
Julian's just got closer to his face. Just
Julian's just going to stand and just start staring.
roll a insight check.
6.
I mean, you're pretty much in his face, so he's sort of like, he's gone from cocky to, what's she doing?
Just keeps
Just
staring.
weirding him,
Yeah.
weirding him out.
Blinking.
Hmm.
You blinked!
And he just sort of looks and just goes like,
Victorious.
Can I?
She returns to her
It's going to be more annoying that he realizes that he was defeated by children.
Draw my dagger and just sort of calmly rest it near one of his middle fingers, and just use thaumaturgy to whisper in his ear. Don't do that to my colleague again, please.
you see him just sort of look at you and just go, and at the end of that, your watch comes to an end. Umbraa, are you taking final watch?
I am indeed.
Okay. You guys go off to bed for the night, for the rest of the
Julian.
evening?
Julian's just gonna turn her coat into a pillow and curl up on the floor.
Okay.
Before I go to bed, I will just whisper into the gentleman's ear. In case you're having any thoughts, I watched him kick a Goliath's butt tonight. And I just pat him on the shoulder as I'm going to bed.
Nice. Nice. So, Umbraa, you sit down in the chair, and you can see the guy starting to, like, even he's starting to drift off now. But, like, every now and then he'll sort of, and then go, and then realise, and...
Just on the chains, just...
Yeah, yeah. So, is there anything you'd like to do with your night's watch?
I'll sit
How do you want to weird him out?
I will just sit for about, like, for the first hour. I will get my sketchbook out and I will start drawing him in, like, fine detail. I'll spend an hour sketching every wrinkle, every facet of his face. And every now and again, I'll just look up at him, look back down, and carry on sketching.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, I'll just say, you know, I never forget a face. And I'll just carry on sketching.
Julyan rolls onto her back, goes, I want to ride the pony, and then rolls onto her other side.
You see him as he's sort of drifting in and out of conscious, like sleep, looking, and he starts staring at you, and he stares, and then he looks a little bit, he stares a bit more, he stares a bit more, and I can't believe this is happening now, because we spoke about it earlier, but Umbraa, you hear in the back of your head, don't let him get to you. Don't let him win. Don't let him get to you. Don't let him win.
What are you doing?
He sort of looks
I'll put
around.
my sketchbook down.
He sort of looks around and just goes,
What was that? How did you do that?
You hear, finish the job. Finish him. Don't let him live.
I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but I heard, tap, bap, 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 tap.
And me, and I'm in the same room as him.
Oh, did none of you hear that?
No, because you're just going,
Okay.
Stage whisper, you need to say the words.
Okay, stage whispers, you hear, finish the job. Don't let him live. And then another voice at the same time, finish the job. The order compels you, finish the job.
Is anything happening with my mark? I'm gonna look at my mark because the last time this happened was when I got that. So
it's glowing red.
well, this isn't good. Do you know what this is?
The guy's in change is going like,
I'll sit there for a second. And I'll say, just kind of under my breath, who is this?
finish the job.
It's the sentient job.
It controls you.
I'm just going to sit and stare at him.
And then, it's what your brother would have wanted.
Is it still glowing?
It's starting getting hot now.
It's starting to get hot.
Yeah.
I don't want to wake anyone just yet. How do you know what my brother would have wanted?
You just hear, for the order. And then it stops getting hot. It stops glowing.
For the greater good.
The hell? I'm gonna like poke at it with my claws. My claw. Like, the hell was that? Well, if it stopped, I'm gonna pick up my sketchbook again, but this time I'm gonna write down everything that I heard.
Okay.
What if I give the pony an apple?
I'll get an apple out of my bag and put it in her hand.
Sleep
Just to really
feeding.
freak her out when she wakes up.
Yeah.
No, no! It's magic. I
I'll look at it
fabricated an
again and
apple.
go, did you hear anything just now? Do I believe him?
Roll an insight check.
Come on, new dice. Ooh,
Ooh.
new dice are good.
Nude.
New dice stay.
Those
18.
naked dice.
Yeah, he thinks you're batshit crazy. He doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, excellent. That's good. Okay. Go well. Hearing voices is not good. You are lucky, I'll say to him. If I had listened to that voice in my head just now, you would be dead.
He sort of just looks at you and just goes like,
Then, after that ordeal, I'm gonna take some bandages and stuff from my satchel, and I'm gonna start cleaning his face wound. I'm assuming he's probably gonna flinch when I go towards him, so I'll wait for the inevitable flinch, and then
as you get close, he doesn't so much flinch as he sort of loses it. And you get close to him, and he's like a dog on a chain. And his eyes have changed, and he's pulling against the chains and everything, to like so much so that Julyan wakes up. And like he can't move, but he's forcing against everything.
I am sorry, Julyan. I did not mean to wake you. Go back to sleep.
Quick,
Do I go
before
back?
you don't complete a long rest.
Are you confused by the apple?
Yeah, she kind of looks at the apple and then she goes, "Pony."
The pony.
Yeah, a pony. So she falls back to sleep again.
Okay. So, if everybody could mark down that they've completed a long rest.
Take long rest. Confirm.
Yes.
Da-da-da.
Give me that long rest.
Noella is no longer tired.
I've picked my new spells.
I'm tired. I don't think I actually benefited from the long rest at all because I was already healed. But...
So, it is a new dawn, it is a new day. Sentinel, you sort of power back up.
Yep.
Boom.
Julian's gonna look at this apple, like, you know, like when you had a dream, but you're not sure if you're remembering a dream or if you're remembering what happened yesterday. Yeah. And she's kind of like,
Why do I have an apple?
yeah.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Oh, thank you. And she puts the apple in the bag.
Sentinel spends the first 10 or 20 so minutes, like, messing with bits of like the ring that he made last night, messing with it a little bit more,
Okay.
and tinkering with his gauntlets,
Okie dokie.
doing new infusions.
So, you all reconvene in this chamber. Vith walks in. Morning, everybody. How'd y'all sleep? Not you, don't give a shit about you. To the man in the chair. I bought you all some breakfast. Again, not you, you can die.
Bless your soul. Thank
And he
you.
sort of puts it on the table. He's like, I don't know what robots eat, so I just bought you some whiskey.
That's fine.
Lovely, just my type of man. I'll see y'all later. Julyan, holler if you need me.
Okay.
He goes, bye, bastard, and walks off.
Right.
I will get out of your way.
Well, are you not gonna eat?
No, not just yet. Maybe later.
I was gonna have a quick look over the items we took off him before we spoke to him. So I'm going to ritually cast Detect Magic, which will
Lovely.
take me 10 minutes. And then I'm going to have a quick glance over all of the stuff that we've taken off people over the last couple of days.
Right.
The score of things.
Julian's gonna follow Umbraa out,
Okay, okay.
and she's gonna say, "Do you wanna? You remember the thing I mentioned?"
I'm sorry, I did not sleep great. Sorry, Julyan. About seeing my brother. Is this what you were referring to?
Yeah.
I remember. Now? Okay. Let's go.
Okay. And Julian holds up the Lucky Griffin token, walks over to the door, opens the door, and it's kind of like dramatically sweeps her arm to say, "After you."
And again, as you swing open the door, the warm smell of like cinnamon and fresh bread fills the air, and you see the short Quincy stood behind the desk and, how are you people? Come on in.
Quincy, you remember the thing we did the other day?
I,
That let me Narco,
I certainly do.
and you said you might be able to do it for others.
I certainly can.
Beckons Umbraa over.
I'll step forward.
Can you help Umbraa to see his brother again?
And he looks over at you and goes, you wish to see him. It can be tough dealing with loss. I hope I can find you some comfort. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be, yes.
Okay.
Julian's like really excited, and she climbs up onto the bar, sits there cross-legged, like she's like, "Yeah, I get to help a friend."
And just close your eyes, dear. And as you close your eyes, he puts his finger in the middle between your eyes, and he goes, and 3, 2, 1. And it feels like you've been sucked out of your own body. Like the feeling of just being woof and like thrown backwards is unbearable. And like everything goes dark and like colour fades away. Like the griffin fades out of existence and like you're just falling into black. And then before you realise it, you're yourself again, but like a child. And you look up, and your brother is stood in front of you. Going, come on, Noella. Let's see who can climb the tree first. Noella, sorry, wrong character. I've just read the name. Come on, Umbraa. Let's see who can climb this tree the fastest. And you and your
Come
brother.
on, Umbrella.
Come on, Umbrella. And you and your brother are both climbing this tree as fast as you can. And you see your mum and dad at the bottom going, always the most competitive, those two. And then, as you get to the top, you sort of see your brother stop a little bit to let you catch up. And, oh, you beat me. I didn't stand a chance. You're so much faster than I am, Umbraa. And you're just stood there going like, I'm king of the world. And then that whooshing sensation's back out again. And you're back in, and you're in the courtyard of the monastery. And everybody is lined up in rows. And you're sat in the audience in the crowd with your mum and dad. And you can see your brother stood in the middle with his newly qualified monk robes on. The emblazoned image of the Order of Tempus on his chest, looking there. And you realise that this is sort of his passing out parade. And you realise how proud you were of him. And then there's the whooshing sensation as you're thrown back out of your body. Next thing you know, you're in the desert. And you're on the ground and you're winded. And you hear, come on, brother! As he's picking you up out the ground. He goes, we got this! And you're both running at this creature that's in the desert. And your brother's just jumping in with his bow staff. And he's taking it down. He's going, you flank left! And you run to the left and you take down this creature. And he's like, yeah, we did it! And like, you hug and embrace and you're like, we got it! And then you're sucked out again. And you yourself stood in the hallway of the infirmary. And you're looking through the window at your brother lying motionless on the bed. And you remember the pain that you felt when you saw him. And you scream, but no noise comes out. And you scream and you fall. And you see the mark on your shoulder blazing and pulsing. And you get sucked out again. And it's darkness. But you're not back in the Griffin. And you can just hear, I'm getting too old for this. And it's your brother's voice, and you don't know where you are. You can't see him. And you hear, where am I? And you're sucked out again. And then you're back in your own body in the Lucky Griffin. Quincy stood there. So how was that for you? And he slides a hot steaming mug of tea in front of you. And he's already slid a plate of cookies to Julyan.
Umbraa will pick up the tea and he's like the tea's visibly like shaking.
Quincy looks and goes, sometimes the things that we think we want aren't the things that we really want. Sometimes it's best not to see these things, but I think in this case, you're happy to have seen him?
I don't think he's dead.
Oh.
What?
I saw him. I saw him there in the infirmary. I saw him. But then that was not the last memory of him. He asked where he was. It was dark. But he asked where he was. I am not sure that he is dead.
Could he have been brought back like Julyan was?
I do not know. I do not believe anybody at the monastery had that type of ability. But the last time I saw him, he was dead. He was in the infirmary, on the slab. He was dead. He was so cold.
Well,
But he was gone, and I could have been at peace with that. He died doing fight. That is what we do. We fight. We fight for the Order. We die. That is the life when we go there. That is our life. That is what we do. None of us make it usually that far in life. We throw ourselves into battle to rid the world of the things that should not be here. I could have been at peace with that if we are not supposed to be. Our Order is not supposed to be brought back.
Quincy's polishing a glass. He goes, funny thing about battles is that battles are fought here, they're fought there, they're fought everywhere. Maybe he's just fighting a different battle somewhere different.
He was on to something.
we need to go to the point.
Eventually, I think I will need to go home. We guess a skull is there, and we will need to go back. I may not be as welcome to some as others, but we will have to go back. I will have to go.
Julyan reaches up and takes Umbraa's hand and says, I'll be with you.
I appreciate that. I am going to. I made some enemies before I left. I will need a friend.
Julyan just gets out her 2 daggers and goes, twirls them in her hand and puts them back.
I've got two friends.
Maybe not those types of friends. I mean, I just annoyed some people. I don't think we'll have to kill anyone, but
She kind of looks mildly disappointed, but then nods.
but I
Bold of you to assume that you could go against a whole monastery of killer monks
Warrior monk.
with your 2 daggers.
Hey, Julyan hasn't died yet.
I appreciate the reach all the same. I mean, maybe one person will talk.
Stay in standby.
Just keep your friends on deck. Thank you, Julyan. I did not think I would ever see him so lively again.
Well, it was Quincy, really.
He sort of smiles.
Thank you, Quincy.
That's my pleasure.
There was do I know if Julyan saw any of the memories? Like, were they kind of like
No.
or was it all just?
It was in your head.
Julyan was eating cookies.
Julyan was eating cookies.
There is I do not remember a lot before the monastery. I have not seen my parents in a long time. When you join, you do not leave. And I wanted to be like him so badly.
And Quincy goes, I've met him. You're a lot like him.
I mean, we look
shorter.
the same. We look very similar, yes, but he was he was always the one that garnered the most respect. He followed the rules. stuck to his path without fault, without wavering, and without him I would not have been able to stay and do what I did. Without him I probably would have been kicked out within weeks. I was not the best student, and where he stuck to the rules rigidly, I did not. Ever at all.
Quincy just sort of chuckles to himself and goes, "See, rules are there to be broken. Except my rules. You've got to keep my rules."
Oh, these were not rules that I should have broken. These were rules that are very rigid. And
Quincy, still polishing a glass, just goes, "She's eating cookies for breakfast. She's breaking all the rules."
Julyan holds out the plate. Cookie?
I mean, I did not eat breakfast, so. Right. Enough about me anyway. Let's go and peruse, see what we can find.
Connections.
Quincy sort of stops and goes, "Oh, leaving?"
We have a few errands to run.
I'm sure you're aware, but you still owe me a favour.
That we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to do something for me before you go.
Okay.
Let's get the rest of your friends here, shall we? And before we get into this, we slide back into the dungy back room of Vith's Tavern.
And just finished Detect Magic.
So, the daggers, they glow.
Yes. Do you know them? Do you know the School of Magic?
Give me 1 second. Let me just. The daggers glow.
Tick.
The necklace, the amulet, that glows.
Purple necklace. Tick. Demp had a green gem from the basement.
The big old
big old gem in a box.
Yeah, that glows, obviously.
Tick. And then I think we've got 3 spell scrolls, haven't we?
Which all glow.
Does he see everything that's magic?
I was gonna have a look at your necklace.
Brooch.
Your brooch glows.
Do I know the School of Magic for any of these things?
So for the green gem.
Yep.
That's his illusion. For the daggers, that is an enchantment.
Yes. Enchantment. Purple necklace?
The purple necklace is, I think that would be enchantment.
Which I don't think is a School of Magic.
Well, no. I don't know what. Let's say conjuration.
Okay. I bet the knives.
The knives will say necromancy.
Necromancy. And the green gem was illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, sweet. I mean.
And Annie's brooch is divination.
Divination.
Yep.
So I'll just like glance around the room as well. It's like 30 feet. I've got it for 10 minutes.
Apart from like the obvious sort of
the stuff we've got.
Stuff you've got, yeah. The brooch.
I'm like glowing with junk. All of me is just like, yes, I'm all magic.
Yeah. So yeah. So
I bet the guy.
The guy, nothing glowing on him.
I bet he had a robe as well.
Yeah.
Anything on that?
Nope.
Nothing. I'll turn to Noella and say, your brooch has an enchantment on it of some kind. What did you say it was?
Divination.
Divination.
Oh, I just thought it was a pretty going away present. Can you tell what it is?
I can. I will spend 10 minutes to ritually cast Identify.
Do you want to say that you do that on everything?
Have we got, like, 40 minutes?
Yeah, we'll say we have.
Yeah, okay then. Then I
So-
will identify it all.
So, Noella's brooch is... I can't remember what I named it, but it's the brooch of second chances. When you drop to 0 hit points, the brooch explodes with a divine light, and you are brought back to 10 hit points. You are stabilized, you are conscious, and any conditions that you were suffering from pre-death are gone, and it's a one-time use.
Does it need attunement?
It does need attunement, yes.
So I'll relay that and just say you might need to get yourself in line with the magic for it to work the way it works. Oh, hello.
Thank you.
So that's a bit mad.
What did I miss?
So he's...
DM's wife.
Yeah. It's the Talbs' I don't want grief at home brooch. That saves his wife when she dies once.
So if Noella's ever brought to 0 hit points, she is immediately brought back to 10 hit points. All the conditions that she was suffering from, they're gone away, and the brooch breaks, and it is no longer a thing.
Hello.
That's
So,
amazing.
the black daggers?
The black daggers, you look at them, and they've got sort of like a black onyx blade with a slight hook in them.
Yeah.
And they deal an extra 1d4 necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Both daggers.
Do I get the impression that they are cursed in any way?
They are not cursed. They're just nasty daggers.
That's always nice. Purple necklace?
Cursed dagger.
Identify.
So, sorry, I'm just ordering my drinks from my wife/waiter.
No, she knows that you've saved her from death once.
No, she knows that I've saved her character from death once. Yeah, it's alright, because I'm getting a can of pop and she's going to shake it up. So, I've ruined my life. Ruined my life.
Poured over your head, surely.
Yeah.
I've got a can of pop as well.
We'll now play soda Russian roulette. One of
That's
these
it.
cans has been shaken.
That's exactly what she's doing. The purple necklace is a amulet of spell storing. You can save.
Nice.
You can save one spell in that amulet to use at will.
Hang on, at will.
Well, it takes an action to use it, but like, thank you.
You can spell what? Is it like what's the level of the spell?
Anything, as long as it's a
Any
level
level?
that you can cast.
Okay. Is there a spell in it?
It's empty.
Yeah. That is also
No.
pretty sweet.
Cure wounds. Cure wounds.
Just so you know, we can put Revivify in it.
Yeah.
Revivify.
You would know as well if you put the spell. If say Sentinel, if you put the spell in it,
Could anyone use it? Or
and
could only
then
I use
give it to Jan, Jan could then use it as an action.
Okay.
So if you found like a level 20 mage somewhere and said, "Can you put power word kill
Wish.
in this?" No, thank you.
Can you put wish in this
Yeah,
amulet for us? And he'd go, yes, give me 1 million gold.
yeah.
Like, oh. No, I
What
suppose.
million platinum?
Yeah. So
I suppose, yeah.
So
And then the green gem that Demp had
so
in his box of tricks.
this is a lot like the other green stones that you have seen.
The ones that I've been experimenting with.
Yes.
The ones that killed Rico.
Yes.
No. Umbraa killed Rico.
Except you get the feeling that this is more, rather than it takes you somewhere, it's a lot more powerful. While you're looking, are you looking at these in front of the guy in the chair?
Oh no.
Right, okay.
I may show it to him later.
Okay. You
To
get
wig him out.
you get the feeling that this is a much more powerful construct of coral
A
crystal.
coral. Stronger.
Do it.
And
Makes us.
I'll you can tell me the deets later
Okay.
when you decide exactly what it does. And then we had 3. Well, I've just identified it. Tell me exactly what it does, yo. That's what the spell is.
Okay.
That's what I've taken 10 minutes to do.
So, this acts as like, it's like, you know how before you touched it and your conscious was teleported to that sort of chamber?
Yep.
This you could activate this and a whole room would be teleported.
Okie doke.
And Demp, as Sentinel's saying this, you remember that in the basement there was a pedestal in the middle of the room, and there was the different sort of places on the floor. You get the feeling this was like, basically it was like a coral crystal Zoom call.
Crystal soup.
Okie doke.
Would there have been multiple crystals, or the crystal in the middle?
Just this one big one in the middle
Crystal
that
in
they
the
could
middle.
all activate.
Sweet. Okay. And then we've got 3 scrolls, which I believe we've glanced at as teleportation scrolls, but I'll have a proper look at them because they've been used in non-standard ways.
Mm-hmm.
My
So-
knowledge of teleportation, as it is brief.
It is a teleportation scroll, but it's been altered. So, rather than it be this will teleport you to here, it's more of a, in case of emergency, break glass. So you get the feeling that this teleportation scroll will take you to a specific location.
Okay.
Like
All
it's-
3 of them.
Yeah, all 3 of them are the same. Like, it's not going to take you somewhere you want to go. You can't program it to where you want to go. It's going to take you somewhere.
So it teleports to a fixed circle,
Yes.
and you can use it as an action.
Mm-hmm.
It's the boss
that-
key.
So we've got 3 scrolls of get ourselves into trouble. Teleportation. Scrolls of boss room.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Don't use them by accident.
Well, I think only Demp can actually use them.
Nope.
So, was that another thing as well?
Mm-hmm.
Can it be used by anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Can be used by anyone. Can be used by anyone.
Anyone who wants to go straight to the boss fight.
Yeah, anyone that wants to commit suicide.
Skipping the side quests.
Oh, could we tie one to Rico and send him through and see where he winds up?
Poor Rico.
I mean, he would have to cast. He'd have to use the item. I think he could probably use an item. It's
I'm
a
not
it's
actually
a
in the
stand
room.
It's a standard action.
Does it?
So I don't. Is he smart enough to use a spell scroll?
Does it
What?
open a portal, or does it just teleport the
I think.
person?
Well, it's the. Well, if it's teleportation circle, it's like glyphs on the floor, isn't it? And you go through.
So we could. My character wouldn't say it, but we could activate the teleport circle and then point that big gun at the circle and around through.
I
We're all
mean,
just sat there having a cup of tea and just bang.
what we're talking about is I'll like reach into my bag and just go. I mean, I've got an incendiary grenade. Let's have a quick. Have you got teleportation circle on your
Can we teleport?
up anywhere?
Can we teleport?
Is it
underneath?
only? Is it only? Because it might just be creatures. Hang on, let's find.
Just using the scroll and just going, don't mind me. Beep, 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 beep. Go, bye.
Hold this for me.
Filter spells. Teleportation circle.
We've bought you a skull as a peace offering. See you later. Why is this skull being?
Any
Why is it
creature that
beeping?
enters the portal.
Oh.
Oh.
So we can't send a bomb. We can't.
Well, no, we can't send a bomb unless we sellotape it to a goat first.
We could send a creature. We could send a creature through with a bomb. I mean, what we are talking about is the premise of the end of Stargate.
My
the movie.
poor Dungeons and Dragons game has descended into this.
Talbs, you gave me a grenade.
I'll have you know, good
Did
sir,
I?
Yep.
I'll have you know, good sir, that sellotape the bomb to the goat was the solution to the puzzle at the end of Broken Sword 4.
It was.
Oh yeah, it
Right. Okay. So.
was. Serious interrogation face.
We're not even in the room, Amy. Or are we
Yeah,
back now?
No,
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 we're
you're
still
not
at
back.
Quincy's.
So is
Still at Quincy's.
We're at Quincy's, yeah.
um.
We're being held as a deposit for the favour.
So, I'll give Demp the scrolls back and say, these are probably. This seems like your kind of thing.
That is the exact face you made when Liz handed you the kitten.
and I'll just.
Can you hold this for a second?
And I assume I've explained it as we go along, and I'll just say, don't cast them now.
Don't sneeze.
Just keep them safe.
He'll put them in a safe.
Right. Talk amongst yourselves because I need to go use the facilities.
I also do.
Oh, there we go. What we'll do?
Can we
we'll
be
go-
RBs?
We'll go to a break, and you can listen to like an advert from our sponsors, which we don't have.
Be a
We can
Jan,
choose-
do add copy.
Yeah, Jan, do add copy. Right. See you in shortly.
with
Double
with the adverts. Choose
okay.
things to advertise.
So, Talbotron is not sponsored by D&D Beyond, but if he was sponsored by D&D Beyond, he might have a mid-break skit like this one. Did you know that D&D Beyond lets you create beautiful character sheets, which can be exported to PDF or used through your browser? Is there an app?
There is an app.
There is also an app which can be downloaded from app stores.
I know
So,
you can get free the D&D Beyond app you can get for free on your iPad because I have it free on my iPad.
you can get it free on an iPad.
And also
And-
through other app stores.
And also through other app stores. So yes, D&D Beyond, everybody. I mean, if Sam Regal is looking for someone to help him write copy, look me up. That was on the fly, okay? I had 1 second notice.
And you did spectacularly well.
Yes.
Thank you. I studied this at uni. That was my degree. Media writing. Writing copy. Oh.
And you've now used it. There you
I
go.
finally used my degree after
Woohoo!
13 years. Oh. But yeah,
I am-
seriously, guys, D&D Beyond, check it out. Boom.
It is very good.
It is very good.
I am concerned that we are slightly being held hostage for a favour.
We are being slightly held hostage for a favour. I mean, it's true. But it's Quincy. I mean, Quincy's nice. The favour, I mean, we don't know what the favour is. The favour might be, can you go and get my cat down from a tree?
Yeah.
Yes. It could also be, I need this dangerous ingredient from a dangerous creature. Can you please go and slay the creature and bring back the dangerous ingredient for me?
Oh, crumbs. It's Taubs as the DM, isn't it?
Without spoiling anything, I will remind Jan of certain characters in The Witcher who are the content of certain DLCs. where
Are
it's
we?
being, I'm your best friend and I'm here to help you, and he's a complete.
Are we suggesting that Quincy is Gaunter O'Dim?
I don't know, but it's a possibility.
I mean, I'll buy it.
Because F word that guy.
Yeah. Oh, Gaunter O'Dim, yes.
Funsies.
The spoon. That's all I'll say. Because I
The
don't want to
spoons!
spoil anything for anyone watching, but the spoon.
The spoons.
The spoon.
He's got a thing about spoons, that guy, because he curses that woman to be like, can never find a spoon as well.
Mm.
I don't know why, but my brain thought you were going to say, curse that woman to be a spoon.
Yeah. No, it was like you would never find a spoon that could sate your hunger and stuff like that.
Eat with a fork. Job done.
Yeah, eat with a fork.
What if
Eat with
it's
a spork?
VoodooBeard? What if it's
Yeah.
Use a spork.
Use the spork, Luke.
The Witcher with Voodoo Witcher, will Witcher Beard would be a very different game. He'd just turn up and give her a fork and then leave again.
There you go. Job done.
Oh no, I've been cursed. I can never use a spoon again a day of my life. VoodooBeard walks past. Here is a spork. Enjoy the rest of your life. Good day.
Yeah. Just drink it straight out of the bowl. Unless a bowl is a big spoon, and then like, what do you do then?
Yeah, it's like if there's one thing you learn very quickly with Gaunter O'Dim, it's read the small print.
Like Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, very much like Rumpelstiltskin.
Always read the fine print.
I've spelt extra wrong somehow.
Yeah, apologies for derailing the game a tiny bit back then. My mind suddenly went, hold on, teleportation circle. Can you send other things through a teleportation circle? I remember that big gun back at one of the previous
It was
cities.
just
No,
on
this was-
face.
This is legitimate, like plans.
Yeah, I was the look on Talbs's face, like, oh damn, can they do that? Haven, you have not only have you not missed the interrogation, I think you're bang on time.
Yes, we have not started the interrogation yet.
Nope, we've been doing other things.
I've been doing magic things.
Did you? Sorry, I know I'm not in the room, but did you say you found 2 cursed daggers?
They are specifically not cursed.
Oh, specifically.
They are
They-
enchanted, They deal an extra D4 necrotic damage.
They deal necrotic damage.
I think they might be about to become Julyan's daggers.
I've already written for J next to them.
Julian
So-
looks at them and just go, shiny!
Ooh, stabby friends.
Happy friends! Well, I've got 3 daggers on me at the moment because I've got the twins and I've still got Johan's dagger. I need to give that to Johan when I next see
I mean, feel free to throw multiple daggers. That's fine.
him.
Yeah, you've got more room for more than 2 on your thingy belt, haven't you?
You might break one or lose one, or
I don't know.
Very casually leaning.
I'm unencumbered according to my character sheet.
I believe so.
To
We're
it.
waiting for you.
Hello, everybody. We're back.
Hello.
Oh,
Alright.
Toilets have been used, beverages and
Toilets have
food
been had.
have been gotten. Haven, welcome to the stream. Should we do the warhead thing now while Haven's here? Because then if he goes, he can just go about his business.
If you want.
Oh yeah, we can do.
Haven, you there?
I have a lemon one.
Speak in
I
the
thought
chat,
I'd-
Haven.
I thought I'd
He's here.
double it up.
I've got
Go on
yeah,
then.
an
I
apple
was
one.
even the fan that sent them over.
Right.
Okay. Hold on.
Just smells like sweets.
Ready.
Okay.
Do it together.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yep. It is sour.
Ooh.
Voodoo's not human.
Oh.
Oh, these smelly ones that burn when you eat them.
I mean,
Oh, it gets worse.
the lemon one was alright.
You just chewed it up. It wasn't in your mouth long enough to affect you. You cheated.
It's in my mouth.
See, Haven says VB cheated. He chewed his.
Oh, you're not supposed to chew them. Is this sweet? Hang on. I think there's a watermelon one.
Oh, hold on. No, don't eat too many. There's a warning on the thing.
Or is it excessive consumption will have a laxative effect?
I hope it is, and I
No.
hope he poos himself.
Eating multiple pieces within a short time period may cause a temporary irritation to sensitive tongues and mouths. Okay,
You're muted,
that
Matt.
was not so bad that
Go watermelon one now.
caused vomit.
I mean, I don't like the taste of it because it's watermelon.
The blue one's nice.
We have confirmed that Talbs is a drama llama because
I mean,
He really
that,
is.
the sour's gone now. It's just nice.
Yeah, it sounds gone. No, it's just nice.
Thank you, Haven.
Thank you, Haven.
I don't think I could do 2 at a time like Landon does, but
That was just a wimp.
true. I mean, the worst thing about this is that it tastes like watermelon. Honestly.
it's quite nice once the sour's gone.
I have ate some
They are
Reese's
nice.
things
What's the sour?
and some other stuff.
The sour's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The way Talbs reacted on his
That's the
stream
thing.
genuinely
The only
got
thing I had to go off was Talbs.
vomit over the camera.
It was
Yeah,
horrible.
there's one watermelon one left, Aim, so you can try it, but it is not nice.
That's the one that I tried was the watermelon on camera, and that's what made me heave.
Is that the reason? Is it
I had the
Talbs?
blue one.
Yeah, you had the blue one, didn't you?
The lemon one
Yeah,
Yeah,
tasted
blue
nice.
one's nice.
The lemon one was nice.
I also had Haven while you're here. I tried a moon pie,
Oh, I had
Yeah.
one too.
and it was very nice.
I had a moon pie and a Reese's fast break.
Oh, I had a
Was
Reese's
also
fast
nice.
break too. Oh look,
Look
I've
at
got
us.
all the rapids surrounding me. I also tried a fruit
Like a chocolate crime scene.
Chocolate crime scene. Back to the actual crime scene. You're in a dungeon, right?
Yes, interrogations. Bad guys, cults. Let's go.
So you've
So-
you've identified. You've identified all
I'm
the
not
the
sure.
thingamabobs.
Anyone might find out, Haven?
Oh dear. Can I share a link on my band from that yet? Try it. Alex
There we
tries
go.
the warhead.
There we go.
Shut up.
Just going to be a really disappointing clip of me and Amy doing them.
Yeah.
I'm just going, yeah, that was alright.
I can offer next time you're near an Aldi, see if they've got on sale their wasabi peas.
Oh, I've had those.
I love them, but my goodness, they're hot.
The worst thing I've ever done while I've been out in like a restaurant was at a buffet thing, and what I thought was guacamole was wasabi.
Oh.
And I had like a big like gulp of it, like that much, just on some stuff, and I went, oh no, that's not that.
That's a mistake.
Anyway.
And then I drank a whole pint of water
Anyway.
because I had like a bit. There was too much.
Things have been
Anyway.
identified.
I have a big long list of
You
stuff.
have a big long list. The bloke,
So,
the guy, the prisoner, he's sort of tired now.
does he look like he's had any sleep at all?
Very, very little.
Does he look? Would I suspect him to have some like the things that you associate with not having a night's rest?
You probably, along those lines, think that he's not feeling the freshest, yeah.
Cool beans. So Amy's just very loudly opened the door.
She's about
Anyway,
as good stealth as Jan.
Yeah. I'm gonna say to Demp, you feel like you've got your mind reading ability back?
Yeah, yeah, I can feel myself ready to use it now.
It might be best to get the most out of the spell if you ask the questions and sort of try and glean some superficial answers as quickly as you can, maybe?
Either way would work. I could ask
Yeah.
And you ask the question. All I have to do is read his thoughts as he's responding.
I don't mind.
Okay.
And then if we can ask him a couple of things first, and we can get a read off him. Noella can get a read off him, because
I can.
that's her jam. Was that purple necklace attunement as well, by the way?
No.
How about the daggers?
Daggers were, yes.
A in a box. No. Sweet. Okay. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to. Is there just like a stone or something on the floor?
Roll
Knocking
an
about, or
investigation check.
Oh yeah. There's dice in this game. Oh, that's not good. 11.
It takes you longer than you think to look round as you're looking on the floor.
Yeah,
And then
this
you
place is a lot
realise,
cleaner than-
and then you realise, hang on a minute, there's a fighting pit back here, and you go outside, and there you go. You pick up a stone, and you bring it back.
Just
in.
like a little stone.
Yeah.
I've got as an artificer, I have a thing called magical tinkering.
Yep.
Which I can invest a spark of magic into a mundane item.
Okay.
Take a tiny non-magical object, like a stone, and I can give it a magical property. One of them is that it continuously emits a non-verbal sound.
Okay.
So, do you know anything about the sound ranges of between 17 and 19 hertz infrasound?
Isn't that the site where your ears start bleeding?
No, that's the other way. It's a range of sound that's.
Is it the brown
inaudible.
noise?
No, it's not that.
You're gonna make him
It's
poo
a range-
himself.
No, I'm the opposite. I'm not going to make him poo himself. But it's
You're
not the
making
opposite, because
constipated.
I'm making constipated, no. Around 17 to 19 hertz gives people, like, it's inaudible sound that makes people just like feel anxious and like uncomfortable,
Right.
and it's been like associated with like
Zapluke, how you doing?
anxiety, like feelings of anxiety and stuff like that.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to this stone now emits that frequency.
Right, okay. So you've just got a stone in the corner just going...
Yeah,
It's an
but it'll perceive it. It's perceivable 10 feet away. So I'm going to put it.
You haven't just depressed the whole of Bastion.
No.
The
So
whole-
I'm
the
going.
whole street's
I'm
like,
gonna.
Miss you too, Luke.
I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna walk across the room to by his chair. I'm gonna walk past him. I'm gonna put it like 8 feet behind him.
Right, okay.
So he's just getting caught in the edge of it. But while we're talking to him, it's not gonna be on us. So he's just gonna have like at the back of his mind just feel there's a weird feeling of like fear and anxiety and just be weirded out.
Right, okay.
It's a frequency that's been linked to like ghost sightings and stuff
Okay,
like that, where
okay.
like you end up seeing things out the corner of your eye, and when you look, they're not there. There's
Yeah.
some experiments on it. It's actually quite interesting. But anyway,
Okay.
infrasound. That's magic science that I was saying.
Okay.
This is magic science nonsense.
You've just been magic scienced.
So it's whether that's something that I can do with my magical tinkering is up to you.
Yeah,
And its
no.
effect on this person.
I'd say 100% that'd be something okay. That's a real life thing that happens, and as you sort of imbue the stone with the thing, and it starts resonating that noise. You put it behind him. You sort of see him sit there. To start out with, he looks wigged out because like, what's he about to do with that stone? Like, where's that gonna go? And then, as you walk off and put it down, you sort of sit down in front of him, but like that feeling of like, okay, what's gonna happen now doesn't go away.
And then the stone starts going, Friday, gotta get that Friday.
So I'll walk back over to the group. So I don't know whether that's just going to impact his ability to concentrate, or whether it's what.
Right, okay.
That's up to you.
Okie dokie.
What its effect on him does mechanically.
Okie dokie.
I'm slightly concerned how good my husband is at interrogation skills.
Yep.
I haven't done anything yet. I'll just.
He's made a torture stone.
He has indeed made a torture stone. Right. So, you can hear the...
It's inaudible.
All right. Well,
You
know
cannot
it's
hear that.
you know it's going...
I can tell it's
Yeah.
a thing.
And, like, he looks visibly uncomfortable.
Good.
Good.
So are we? I'll walk over and I'll say, are we ready to start? I wouldn't mind having a couple of words with him first before we begin properly.
Gives you a nod.
Yep.
So I'll walk back and sit down in the chair.
As he sits
Opposite
down,
him.
he sort of eyes you up. And again, he's got this arrogance to him that he's really annoying. But he seems a little bit put off now.
I'll take the gag off him
So yeah,
for now, and I'll sit back
Gag's
down and I'll say, you caught us at a poor time yesterday, so things got carried away out of our hands a little bit. So I'd like to apologise for the gentleman.
so you're not going to set your dwarf on me?
No, you're a big strong boy, that's not going to work.
He he looks oddly relieved that the angry stabby dwarf isn't going to come back in.
So I am going to ask you some questions, and I'll gesture to Noella, and I'll say, my friend here will probably know if you're telling the truth. And I'll gesture to Demp and say, my friend here will be able to tear the information from your brain anyway. So there's no need to lie. And I'll say, when we're done, because this is a war and there are rules, you'll be taken to prison. You won't be killed. You won't be handed over to some bandits and taken out back. This isn't a skirmish in the mountains. This is a war. And the rules.
He looks over at you and goes, prison won't keep me there.
There's prisons that can keep people like you.
You believe that. You tell yourself that if it makes you sleep easier at night.
I don't sleep. So then I'll...
So nah.
So I'll just... I'll sit back and
in his head, he's thinking, arsehole.
It's fair. We can't read his mind yet. So we'll never know.
If I'm going to be doing a constant check of whether he's lying or not, are you going to mute your mic or
Yeah.
carry on texting?
I was replying to a comment, I'll have you know.
For shame.
Do I need to do one roll or continuous rolls?
Continuous.
It's constantly rolling. So I'll turn back to Demp and just say, did you want to ask? Or did you want to just...
Okay. So I'll sort of take a step forward and just look at him, and I'll just ask, are we thinking up now, or wait a bit?
We can... I suppose I might as well start it now. Did we agree on what was the question that you were going to go all in on for the push? I can't remember.
Oh, we
Where was the next? What skull were they going after next? Would probably be the best thing to get maximum information on.
So we could ask why did they attack us before we start, because we sort of know the answer to that.
Yeah.
So I'll just ask him sternly, why did you attack us?
I was bored.
Seems fair. I assume he was lying, but does he seem like he was lying, Noella? I'll look across.
Roll an insight check. She's just getting thingies up.
See? It's not torture. It's interrogation.
She rolled a 20. And
Nice.
She would have only had to roll of 2 to realise that he was definitely lying on that one. He definitely had an ulterior motive.
A dirty 20 or an actual 20?
A dirty 20.
Oh.
Shock. What an amazing coincidence.
My D20 just ran off.
Oh no.
I think we might need to detect some thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be forthcoming. So, like, who ordered the attack? How many cultists? Where's the next target? Was there anything else?
That's the 4 I've got here. Yeah. Why did they attack us? Who ordered the attack? How many cultists were there? Where is the next target skull going to be?
So, let's set the scene then. He's feeling fidgety in his chair. Noella, Demp, Sentinel in the middle. Redemption. Starts casting the semantic and the material and the verbal components of the spell. And then...
In Infernal. Just
bam.
to wig him out some more.
Yeah. In pure Infernal. And then... bam. He looks over at you guys and nods. And you see the guy sort of... oh, as he realised something's happened.
Someone's cast a spell at him.
So... your questions.
Who ordered the attack on us?
Santa Claus.
No.
And his surface thoughts on the matter?
Yeah, I've got to make.
His surface thoughts were just...
You get surface thoughts.
His surface thoughts are as if he thinks I'm going to give up the boss that easy.
Straight from the boss.
What's the...
I mean,
Ooh.
I think
Isn't part of the spell
that they immediately think of the thing that you're asking them about.
I say,
You have to what does the read what the spell?
What's it called? Detect thoughts. Let me have a look.
Yeah.
See how it works.
I initially do the surface thought, and if I dig deep, let's make a wisdom saving throw.
Are we in 5th edition?
Yes.
Yarp.
For the
It's
duration-
towards the end is the bit.
When I dig deeper, he's got.
Has to be within 30 feet. If the creature has an intelligence of 3 or lower or doesn't speak, the creature is unaffected.
Oh, right, okay. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. What is most on its mind at the moment?
Yeah. It's the bit where it says questions verbally directed to the target creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so this spell is particularly effective as part of an interrogation.
Right. Okay, so he looks at you and goes, Santa Claus. But the surface thoughts is I can't give up the boss. That wouldn't go down well for me. And then he calls you some swear words.
Fair.
Can I attempt to dig deeper?
I think do you want to get one of those, or can you just keep doing it? What happens if he saves?
If he saves, the spell ends.
Do we want to save that for the thing
I'd
you
ask you
said?
the questions first. I'm not there.
The skull,
me.
the next target.
But if we were there, we would suggest.
I mean, you're at the table, the virtual table.
That's good.
Just think, because if he saves, that's the end of the interrogation, and we know that. Oh, and we've managed to find out there's a boss. That he has a boss.
So I'll hold back from the drill till near the end. So we've ordered that, and then so I'll ask him, how many of you are there in your order?
One, just me. I act alone. The surface thoughts are... I lost count at just after 50.
Oh, that's more than I'd like.
But relatively small for most cults.
I mean, there's 5 of us. So, are we fighting 10 each?
We'll hire Doom Guy.
That goat bomb's seeming better and better.
The goat
I have to
bomb.
might have to look into that.
The greatest of all time bomb.
Yeah.
The go bomb.
I'll repeat the question of why did you attack us? Those sorts, I guess.
Told you I was bored, needed something to do. And the surface thoughts are, the boss wanted you dead. The boss wanted the skull. Simple as that.
Boss knows who we are.
Wanted skull
And
plus dead.
I'll ask,
It's dead.
where's the next target skull going to be?
What was that again? Sorry.
Where's the what skull are they going for next? What's the next target place going to be?
He turns around and goes, ooh, this type of year, he wants to go and sun himself on the beach somewhere. So we're thinking somewhere warm.
Windseer.
And his surface thoughts are... I'm actually not sure. He doesn't know.
you want to? Is there anything in particular you want to drill him deep for?
Two come to mind. One is who ordered the attack, and the other one is the number of cultists. I mean, we did
Or where they're based?
That's a good one.
Or what I'll get my spell teleportation, that picture of that teleportation circle, and I'll put it down. I'll hold it up in front of him, and I'll just come up and I'll just say, "Where's this circle?"
Noella, would you roll an insight check, please?
I imagine he's seen it and wigged the F out internally.
Probably externally as well.
There's an unusual smell has begun in the room.
25.
Oh,
See, this is why she makes the insight checks.
If you could see the smug look right now, it's quite amusing.
Yes.
So
Inside
he sort
the
of looks at it and goes, "Your mum's house?" But Noella notices the shift of his eyes, the bead of sweat run down the side of his cheek. He is pissed.
Would it help if it was charmed? What would that achieve?
He would. It depends on the spell. He would, if it's like friends or something like that, he would regard you as a kindly acquaintance.
Well, if I cast Summon Fae, it can use something called Merfolk, and all it says is the Fae can force one creature in its it can see within 10 feet to make a Wisdom saving throw. Unless the save succeeds, the target is charmed by you and the Fae for 1 minute. It doesn't say how or why.
Just be whatever the charmed
Spends a whole
condition
minute
is.
going, "You're amazing. You're beautiful."
Remember, it means
It just says charmed.
they can't attack you, and they
A creature can't attack the charmer or the target of the charm with harmful abilities, and you've got advantage on ability checks to socially interact with the creature.
Was Demp still looking at?
Would that
surface
help?
when he saw the teleportation circle?
I think Demp can just take what we need to know now.
Okay.
Because I'm guessing we're coming towards the end of our minute, I imagine.
Yeah.
just drain now, so I should probably go do the drill now.
About the circle. Try and get as much information about their base as we can.
Yeah. So I'll ask him, where is your base? Where's your central base? And I'll drill him for the answer of this one. For this one.
So it's a wisdom saving throw from the fella.
Yeah, wisdom
It's-
saving throw.
It's
And
whether his wisdom is impaired in any way by his feeling of being wigged out by uncomfortable, invisible noises and not being to sleep and having his mic muted.
I'm rolling it with disadvantage because of the stone.
Nice.
First
yes,
roll.
magic science.
First roll is a 16. Second roll.
Roll lower.
A natural
Nice.
1.
Yes.
Unless his wisdom save is plus 13, I think we're all right.
I hate you guys. So, you see him sort of try and fight, but he can't help it. And you just hear, "It's in the valley. We're held up in the valley." And he looks over at you and just goes, "You'll swing for this, you demon son of a bitch."
swing.
I think he means hang.
You're not there. You're eating cookies with me in the bar.
In the where's the valley?
Valley of the Tempest between Midcrest and Mython.
Ah, there we are. Ah, nice.
That's my
So that-
valley. How rude.
So
Never mind. Not there.
that circle goes to the valley.
Gemp will just give him a. Like,
I mean,
soft-
it's not that far from Bastion. Why are they bothering with the? They could just walk.
Oh, it is
Gemp
much quicker.
Gemp
That's
will
true.
give him a soft, smile and say, "Many people have said that. None have succeeded.
He
And
looks,
all are now rotting in prison. Or dead."
he's looking around going, oh, I'll get out of here. Oh, I'll get out of here. And I swear when I do, I'll cut that red skin from
I'll-
your face.
I'll stand up and I'll just go, thank you for your cooperation in this matter, and I'll put the gag back on him.
And as you go to put the gag on you, he's just... Ah.
Say, he can try and bite my metal arms.
And our
Teeth just
Break
go.
teeth.
booming voice thaumaturgy to just go, "I look forward to the challenge," and then just turn around and walk away.
I'll end the magic on that
Stone.
thing,
Okay.
just so people don't think that like that corner of this room is haunted forever.
Everyone who goes
Well,
to
that's-
that cries.
As entertaining as that would be.
That's the crying corner. That's where we go
Yeah.
if we need a cathartic sob.
So, would I know if there was a military outpost in this town? I would imagine so. Isn't it? Is Bastion's the capital, isn't it?
Bastion is the capital of the north, yes.
Um,
One in the north.
You would know that there is a jail here.
is
Julian definitely knows.
I
that,
say,
Joe.
I'll ask. Oh, Julian's not here, is she?
Julian's
No.
not here.
And I'll just say to the other two people, like, we'll walk away a bit. I'll leave Rico just perched on the chair again.
Rico,
say, like-
Rico sits on the chair, and then you see him sort of just go like, looking mean.
Oh, but is it like when
Um,
Jack tries to look mean and they just wind up
Mm.
looking cuter?
Oh god,
So,
let Rico do an intimidation check.
can if you want.
Go on then,
Let's
roll for it.
find,
Rico.
what does his intimidation be?
It's probably like -5.
His charisma is -2,
Oh.
Yes.
so 12.
He just sort of, he's looking at Rico, just like, what the bloody hell is that thing?
Fair.
He's immune to poison now, so that's nice.
Why is that robot dog looking at me like this?
Why is that weird robo spider staring at me? So I'll ask the other two. Like, I know that there's a military outpost here. Do you either of you guys know about a prison that might hold? I imagine they've got a prison to hold magic users. Otherwise, how
Roll,
would you?
roll like, I don't know what check it'd be. Roll a history check. Voodoo.
History?
Yeah, roll a history check.
21.
You know full well there is a wing of the prison in Bastion specified for magic users.
Okie doke. So, we can't just take someone straight to prison. Is this a military prison, or is this a civilian prison run by the guard, or
It's run by the guard.
that I'd know about? Yeah. Okay. So, how do we get them across town to this place and get them locked up?
As
We've
you're
got
stu-
the-
as you're
we've got-
stood as you're
No, we've got
stood
the cooperation of
as
the
you're
mayor.
waiting, all of a sudden your pockets start feeling a bit hot and warm. All three of you.
Okay.
And as you put your hands in your pockets, you feel a coin. And you realise that the coin to the Lucky Griffin, your beer token, is heating up.
I'll throw mine on the floor.
Ding, 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 ding.
Can I tell anything about it? What it might be about? What's going on?
And as it settles on the floor, you hear the familiar voice of Quincy go, "Ladies and gents, your friends are here. I require your assistance now. Please come and see me at your nearest convenience."
I mean, it's not convenient right now. I suppose we could take him.
One last night in
Oh,
the Griffin before we
I wonder
take
if
him.
Quincy might have a magical prison. It seems like the kind of guy that might.
That's actually not a silly idea, because
And then we can just...
able to break in.
I assume it's an extra planar dimension. Not easy to get across realities, I assume. You'd know more about it than me.
It's more my... Oh, just retconning this so it's in character. It's like, Dem could say, hold on, isn't this Lucky Griffin extra-dimensional? It means they can't teleport into it. The planar stuff's more my mum's thing. But he's told me enough. Maybe we could take him there? Hold him there?
Sure. He will assist for a price. So we'll...
I confess, a dark part of me was wondering if he's what to do when he's no longer of use to us. And I just sort of unsheath my sword a little bit and then sheath it again.
You see him just sort of look over and just go like...
I mean, he doesn't seem bothered. Is there any... Is he just shackled to the wall, or is he manacled and then chained?
No, he's just... his arms are now bound to the chair that he's in. There's two arms on the chairs, and there's just... He's strapped to this chair.
Okay.
So,
Should we...
holding with Lucky Griffin might be a good idea.
Is there anything around that we can tie him up, hands behind his back? We had him tied up before.
Yeah, you had him
Or
tied
did
up
we have him
before,
tied-
yeah.
I think someone had ropes.
Yeah, someone's got manacles, I think. Yeah,
Oh.
Umbra's got
Are
manacles.
they...
But I'm not there.
We'll say that when
Where-
they took the
where-
manacles off, they were left on the side.
Okay. Well, we'll untie him from the chair, manacle him back.
Mm.
One arm at a time, manacle.
Pick up my coin.
Round the back.
I'll do this.
And I'll just say to him, like, you're in luck. We're going for a trip to the pub.
And he just sort of goes like,
And then I'll lift him up to his feet as best I can with my 11 strength.
Manacle his arm to the opposite
Shall I
leg.
send him to sleep?
I don't know.
That make things easier. And then he wouldn't know how we got there either.
How long does it last?
Let's have a look.
I can see this guy becoming, like, in Minecraft stories where the bad guy, it gets to the point where the bad guy accidentally becomes a good guy because he's just spent so much time with them. Even though he's their prisoner, he keeps helping out.
It lasts a minute, so if I put him to sleep just as we're about to...
That's long enough for us to drag him through the door so he doesn't know exactly how he got to where he got. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Okay, I'll send him to sleep then.
as the bloke looks at you for saying we're going to the pub and goes like, Noella just does a, and the guy goes, gobble.
Drink your milk.
And he's out.
I suppose he probably doesn't have a lot of hit points, so there's no way that he could roll so badly that he wouldn't go out.
He's not slept all night, so now he's a and you walk up to the door, you wave the coin, and you open it, and Umbraa and Julyan are stood in front of you with Quincy eating cookies, and he goes,
Oh, 12! 12 more!
As we're about to go through, can I say to Noella with a grin, neat trick, and then just carry and then walk through.
You look and like Umbra's covered in crumbs, but Julyan is like covered in chocolate.
And
And
holding
I'm
up
just
a plate.
dragging this man along.
Yeah. And Quincy looks and goes, friend of yours?
Not at all in the slightest. We were in the middle of something, but it sounded important.
Ah. Okay. So... Is it living?
Currently,
Alive, our colleagues put it to sleep. He's part of a cult that want to resurrect a primordial
Titan.
and they also murdered a small child to death by torture, so don't treat him with any respect.
He goes, you people bring me the nicest of gifts.
I said to
They've got his cult's got a horrible tendency to break into places to take people out, and it occurred to us that your pub might be actually one of the most secure places in the multiverse we know of.
He goes, okay. To be
this
fair,
this is transient. We want to put him in prison. Unless you have a prison.
I've got a better idea. And you see Quincy...
Inject him into the astral plane.
You see Quincy pull out a magic wand from his back, and he points it at this figure that you're holding. And he sort of starts contorting in all sorts of different shapes. And like it looks like all of his bones are breaking. And like he's obviously awake now, and he's screaming in agony. And then it just stops, and his cloak drops to the floor. And he goes,
Okay.
wait, you haven't seen the best bit yet.
I'm glad.
His cloak rises, and out of the arms come these mechanical hands. The hood comes off, and it's this just faceless visage. And he takes off the cloak, and you see what looks like a skeletal robot form. Not much unlike yourself, Sentinel, but very spindly. And...
Like the other waiters?
yeah. And he says, you'll be on dishwashing duty. Get in the back. And he just sort of walks to the back, through the door. And...
I'll say, is
Julyan and Umbraa, you see him walk into the sort of like the kitchen area, put on an apron, and just
Turned
start
into
washing.
Steve, yeah.
Start washing dishes.
I'll ask if it's reversible.
But of course.
Okay.
But while he's here, he's going to earn his keep.
Are all
Okay.
of the robot waiters criminals?
No.
I
Some
think-
people I just didn't like. Some people broke the rules. Some people never repaid their favours.
Julyan's just gonna put the plate of cookies back on.
No,
Even though
please.
rules are meant to be broken.
Please, accept my rules. And he
I wasn't there
slides
when you said
he
it.
slides the cookies back towards you and goes, they're complimentary, dear.
Yeah. I should say, Dem
It breaks the rules if you don't eat them.
Dem is one of those like stoic, has seen it all people. He's now very freaked out having seen that. Or mildly freaked out. You can see him very uncomfortable look on his face.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all.
He's
While
never
he's-
seen that before.
So,
But if he's safe here, he's secure here.
no, but he looks
I mean,
happy.
it's reversible. It's better than being murdered by a dwarf in the basement,
It's a win-win,
Which-
win-win.
which sounds like a sex euphemism, but I don't mean it to be.
Does he look happy? Does he seem content in his work, washing dishes?
There is no expression on the face. There's no face. It's like a bold mannequin head.
Does he whistle or sing?
Nope.
Or... No.
Nope.
I mean, he didn't do a lot of whistling before.
Are they happy? Julian's looking up at Quincy.
Honestly, dear, no, they're miserable, and they should be.
Well,
So what's the favour you need?
I was wondering when you were going to ask. So, I lent you a bag of holding, didn't I?
It's here. I'll just put it on the
No.
thing.
It's for you. You can keep it. But
I will put it back on.
I have a client. And it is absolutely necessary that he gets a particular herb from a garden.
Oh, we were drug mules.
Flower.
It's literally a mess. It's life or death.
That's what they all say.
This is a go to visit the herbalist side quest.
I did one of these on Assassin's Creed the other day.
I need you to go to this garden and speak to my friend. And ask him very, very nicely if you can possibly have one of these teeny tiny flowers.
Do I get the impression it's not going to be as simple as that?
Roll an insight check.
Do you get the impression that by ask he means we need to steal one?
I'm going to do an insight check as well.
21.
16.
Nice.
Julyan looks like he's telling the complete truth. You're just going to ask his friend. Noella, you believe that his friend's there. You think the word ask may be a bit of a stretch, but you're not sure.
Okay. Where's the garden?
Ah, see now. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. No, really, I would. Definitely have to kill you. He's very private about where he keeps his stuff. He doesn't like telling people. Does Bethia? His name's Bethia. I can take you there, but when you get there, just be careful.
Does the name Bethia ring any bells?
Roll a history check.
Not a good history check.
Have I read about
12.
him in any of my herbal book? Or
You have got the
herbal
herb.
knowledge?
Roll a nature check. What was your history check, Voodoo?
12.
You have never heard the name.
I don't even know how to spell it.
19.
Gone to him.
You have heard of many secret gardens. You have heard of many plants with lots of rejuvenating qualities. You're not quite sure where the whole Bethia comes into it, but it's entirely possible. You know, you're very confident that these things exist. So he says, yes, basically, I can get you sort of close, but then it's just like a nice little walk through the forest. You'll have a lovely time. You'll go and see my friends. You'll come back with the plans, and then you've never got to worry about that bag of holding again. It's as good as yours.
And we're not turned into automaton slaves.
Exactly.
Yep.
You'd need less magic than most, though.
It's true.
Can you tell us what this herb looks like?
Let's just say you'll know it when you see it.
I
And
mean,
he sort of
you're giving us no information at all.
he sort of waves his hand over his own palm and holds it out, and this sort of spectral image of this yellow flower with these big like sort of stamens coming out the center. He says, "It's the Elven Crocus."
Elven.
Do I know what it does? Or what it's used for.
Roll an insight. No, roll a nature check again.
Would Julyan know? Could she grow up in a hospital?
You can roll a medicine check. You can roll a nature check. Okay, roll a medicine check if you want to roll a medicine check.
18.
18. 3. You have no idea, Julyan. You have heard of these rare flowers. They are incredibly rare, and the stamens, the crocus, like sort of bits, are worth their weight in gold. They're so expensive, and people use them for potions. People use them for like as drugs to like legal highs and stuff like that. They're like elephant tusk. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of
opium poppies.
Yeah. It's a very sought after flower.
And a very heavy flower, I'm guessing, if it's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, it's not worth a lot if it's not.
It was a figure of speech, Quincy says.
It's worth its weight in gold. It weighs a gram.
It's worth a coin of gold.
How many do you need?
And
just
Julyan
the
is
one.
now the communication.
Just the one will do.
So we need to convince this gentleman who doesn't want to be found and doesn't like anyone in his secret garden to part with one of his extremely expensive special flowers.
You got it.
Do you think he'll be open to persuasion, or is this a clandestine
I mean,
incursion?
he's always just so lovely when I go round, but that's me.
Yeah.
So, if you'd like to take the door to your right, and as he points over to your right, the arched doorway in the wall sort of just goes and glows.
Off we go then, I guess.
Oh.
Stay safe. See you soon. And as you walk through, you open the door and you see... As you look through the door, you see just like a wooded area. It's bright. And there is literally just wall-to-wall trees. And their canopies are huge up above. The smell of like the fresh grass and the leaves and stuff, like, just it fills your nostrils, and it feels like a real nice place. And as you shut the door behind you with a click, door's gone.
Can I was going to ask, as we're walking towards the exit door, can I give Quincy a sort of, as if he can't hide it, a look of just very mild disappointment, and then walk through and then join the others walk through the door.
He sort of looks at you and goes, "Something on your mind, dear?"
He just ignores it, carries on walking.
Carries on polishing his glass.
Automaton.
So as the door shuts
With
behind you and sparks and fizzles out, you are on a road. It's fairly well trodden and well pathed. All around you are giant trees. They're literally thick at the sides. And you are out in the open. Group of adventurers, what would you like to do?
Does anyone recognise where we are?
Can I dope monk up a tree and see if I can see where we are?
See you later, Haven. Thank you for coming. Roll an athletics or acrobatics check for me.
An acrobatics or an acrobatics?
Acrobatics
What
or
choice?
athletics.
I think you'll find he said athletics. He made it very clear that you could also make an athletics check. None of your cheek, monk.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Athletics, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you got a climbing
30.
speed as a tabaxi?
Oh, do I?
30 feet, I think. Or 20 feet, I can't remember.
Do I have climb?
If you click on your speed, it'll say what speeds you've got.
Sure it will.
Oh, yeah, I can climb 35 feet.
There you go.
So you can do
But I
you can do
rolled- I
some jumps so you can, as well if you like.
I mean, I'll climb some of it and then I'll kind of jump across the edge of the branch. I rolled a 30.
Okay. So you make your way up and you get to the top of the canopy and you can see across the sort of roof of the forest, shall we say. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Perceptione Roni. Ooh. That is a 22.
Nice.
You look out into the distance and you can see where the path's going to go. And you can sort of see, like, a clearing area. And as you're looking at the clearing, you see a couple of the trees. And the trees shake and the birds fly out.
Ents.
Julian's gonna hide.
Can I have a look at the, like, I don't know, like the trees and the foliage and sort of gauge where we are?
Roll a nature check.
Oh, can I not use survival, for God's sake?
Okay, roll a survival check.
That's it. It's one of the weird things with the druid is you think they're all nature, but nature is an intelligence
Yeah.
based skill.
Survival.
Can
I mean,
Can
you
I
could
hide?
say that she could roll nature with wisdom.
Roll nature with wisdom then. So roll a nature check, but add your wisdom modifier onto it.
Rather than you can say
So
wisdom
it's
nature.
the same modifier as. And Julyan, roll a stealth check, please.
Can I tell whether it's the actual physical trees moving or whether it's something pushing the trees aside?
Roll an investigation check.
22.
23 and a 22. So,
It's to Triceratops.
as you're looking over Umbraa, and you see, it's not the trees moving, but something moving between the trees. And as you go to shout it down, as Noella's looking round, you, Noella, get a very, 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 very bad feeling about where you are. And Julyan, as you turn round and hide behind a tree, you look, and the tree's looking back at you.
What, like eyes in the bark?
Like eyes, a nose, a mouth, and it just goes...
Ents.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
No. I write in capitals. Ents.
Dash trees!
I have no fire spells.
I do.
It's just we
Nice.
just pass 5 signs. They just say should have bought a squirrel.
I mean, I can-
spirit of my avoiding sporting at will. We have only just entered the forest, and it's probably their home. They're probably just going, "Who are these people then?"
Yeah.
It could be. We'll see how
I
we
would
go.
like to take this opportunity to apologise for dragging Amy to the pub and therefore landing us in this mess.
Yeah,
In this
I-
forest of Ents.
Demp is in disappointment.
That's alright.
He doesn't like being tricked into things.
Also, to be fair, Ent is the best case scenario. It could be Dryads, which would be awful.
True. I mean, as random trips to the pub with a friend go, this is the weirder outcome. Although not the weirdest.
Right, so on that
Got a bag of holding out of it.
on that note, we will end tonight's episode. I don't know when the next episode will be. I think next week we'll be having a break. I know I'll be working next Saturday, and I know Annie's working next Saturday, so we'll probably just have a break
Every
next
Saturday.
week. And we'll try and schedule a one for after then, because I'll be off work. Annie won't be off work, but she'll just have to suck it up, buttercup.
Well, we can
But yeah, but if we push, we might have to
Have
just
some
push it
light-
back.
have some later starts.
Yeah, have to push it back.
No, I won't finish as late then.
Oh, will you not? There you go then. She won't finish as late as then.
We'll sort it out.
Yeah. But either way, thank you very much, guys, for stopping by. And I believe on my phone it popped up that Fizzy was streaming. So
So we got Spanish speaking.
shall we
Spanish
go
speaking
and
country.
was it
Let's
Fizz?
see what
Yes, she is.
What, she's streaming?
She's streaming Hypermine. No, she's not.
Oh.
No, she's not. It's got Team Hypermine.
Oh, Team
She's
Hotline, yeah.
derpaneering for Mick's birthday. So Astroneer.
Oh, it's the bunch room playing Astroneer.
Right,
Nice.
okie dokie. So
Thanks.
I'd like to say thank you. Ah, Claymore Nation, you've joined just as we're leaving.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, we've all got to play for another hour now. Claymore Nation's just
Oh
got here.
no, what a shame.
Rolf-
I mean, on the upside, you did miss him absolutely destroying a Scottish
Oh
accent.
yeah, no,
earlier.
I've ruined the
Oh,
Scottish
yeah.
accent. Like it was bad before, but like you
He made it
missed
worse.
you missed a
Like, it
particularly bad one.
mutated in and out of Irish.
Yeah,
It was like, it was in bits.
Have you got a letter of like the whole of like somewhere I can send a letter to the whole of Scotland to apologise? Because I feel like I need to.
Just asked to address the General Assembly.
Yeah, dear Scotland,
Just to say,
I'm
to say
really
sorry.
I'm really sorry.
Laterite.
Send it to Holyrood and they'll pass it on for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
One big pit you're gonna
Oh dear, right. But unfortunately, Mr. Claymore Nation, sir, I am about to end stream, but
Actually quiet, you can
I'm about to raid our good friend Fizzbolts. So we will get ready for a #Talbs raid.
That's right.
But thank you so much for everybody that stopped by. Next session again, probably not next week, maybe the week after. We shall see. We shall see. But guys, thank you so much for the stream and much love. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Raid. Fizzbolts. Start raid.
Remember to switch off OBS.
I am going to. Ready. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raid now. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.